What's up, fight fans? In today's video, we're diving into why Conor McGregor put a jaw-dropping $500,000 on Michael Chandler to take down Paddy Pimblett. Even top names like Ronaldo Moano are starting to give Paddy his props, but the big question still remains. Who will he fight next?
Goes through the guard from Paddy. Chandler's covering up. Yes, lad! Fucking make him, lad!
That's the best performance of Paddy Pimblett's career by a country mile.
Listen, if they do Charles Oliveira against Ilia Topuria, if Islam moves up to 170, all I'm trying to say is take that Justin Gaethje fight. This version of Paddy Pimblett.
Claimed his spot at the top, and Arman Tsarukyan just dropped a powerful message of his own, reminding fans why he's one to watch. But let's get into the real talk. Paddy Pimblett just shocked the MMA world by dominating Michael Chandler at UFC 314. He silenced a lot of doubters, and now it's impossible to ignore him. Even Renato Mo, who once labeled Paddy as easy money, changed his tune and tweeted, "Now, the spotlight's on what comes next." The lightweight division is more stacked than ever, and fans are buzzing with speculation. Before Dana White could even weigh in, Ariel Helwani and Yahoo Sports kicked off the debate with a short list of 3 potential opponents for Paddy.
Paddy Pimblett's a little he needs to stop running my name through his mouth. Just stay relevant, because he's just using me to stay relevant, because he's never accomplished anything. He's never going to get to a title fight. He's never going to win a title, period. He's an irrelevant bum. So when he starts cutting all that weight and cutting chromosomes, and he wants to come to a real man's weight class and fight a real man, he can get his ass whooped. So he needs to keep my name out of his mouth. Otherwise, he's going to end up with my foot in his ass. And that's a fact.
Paddy Pimblett is looking more ready than ever for a title shot. While the road ahead only gets tougher, he's proven he can hang with top-tier competition, and with his signature trash talk and flashy style, he's always a must-watch. Still, not everyone's convinced. Colby Covington remains adamant that Paddy won't even come close to a title shot, let alone win the belt.
Mentioned Dustin, he mentioned Gaethje, he mentioned Arman with the fight that would really make sense. Can I get a drum roll? Ilia Topuria. These guys had back in the day. The storyline is there, bro. They're both stars in the UFC. If I'm the UFC, I'm booking Justin Gaethje versus Islam, and then I think you do Ilia Topuria on that fight. Whoever comes out of top gets the next title shot.
You're absolutely right, Henry. If the UFC just like, hey, you know what? Let's make the biggest fight we can in that division, because Paddy the Baddy is up there as far as fame right now in that division. I like it, Henry.
So you prefer the Ilia fight?
I like the Ilia fight, because if Justin Gaethje's fighting for the title, Dustin wants a retirement fight, Arman and Charles Oliveira are going to do that again. Hey, you hit the nail on the head. Guess what? Winner is ultra popular now and ready to challenge for that title.
Former champions Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo recently weighed in on the lightweight division, breaking down the key matchups they believe the UFC should make at 155 pounds.
After watching Paddy fight, last night, I want to see Paddy versus Ilia more than I want to see Topuria versus Islam now.
Wow, why? What is it about that performance?
I don't know. I think Paddy's style is, I mean, his character, and it was just fun. And then they have some bad blood. I think there was some things that happened in the hotel, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And I think that would be a fun fight. I think Paddy would, that would be, a lot of fans would love to see that. They would be more excited. I think they'd be more excited with Paddy versus Ilia than Ilia versus than Islam. I don't know. I don't know if that fight's gonna happen, but I know if he wants to come up to 155, what better fight to make Paddy versus Ilya?
I think he beat Islam Makhachev. No, I do not think. But you got to look. Paddy's only 30 years old. Islam's 33.
The person who looked better, who didn't get screwed by the judges, who just deserved to win on that night. It's Paddy. It's Paddy. It's Paddy.
Paddy dominated him. Dominated him. That's a win for Chandler. He likes being dominated by other men. Domination. Get him out of the rankings. Diminish Jefferson County javelins. Get him out the rankings. Get him out the rankings.
UFC newcomer Aaron Pico believes a matchup between Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria would be even more exciting than a potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Topuria. Arman Tsarukyan recently took to social media to address questions about his next fight, sharing a calm and focused message with fans. Many people ask when my next fight is, he wrote. I am calm. I am training, focusing, and waiting for my moment. Sports are not always about fairness, but I believe that if you work hard, don't give up, and stay true to yourself, everything will come. The main thing is to be ready when the time comes. Meanwhile, Conor McGregor revealed why he placed a jaw-dropping $500,000 bet on Michael Chandler to beat Paddy Pimblett, and his reasoning was classic McGregor. Admitting he had a gut feeling Paddy might actually pull it off, he posted, Chandler, you mother, rest up, fair play. My history with Mike and the KO odds made me take the risk, but my head was saying, Paddy, he's improving. Still got a way to go though. What's $500,000 to an MG like me? Remind me, more than your purse. I'll get it back. Actually, I just did. In the aftermath of Chandler's loss, former champ Henry Cejudo weighed in, suggesting it might be time for the veteran to consider hanging up the gloves.
Probably has to get one more and just consider retirement. That's a lot of beatings, man. You know, I think Chandler could have been the best in the world. And I even told this to him. He's too much of a crowd pleaser, and that has really bit him in the end. You know, you guys remember like Mike Perry too. Like Mike Perry was a crowd pleaser too, and you know, it's just only a certain time before the UFC just says, "Hey, man, thank you for pleasing us, but we gotta move on." And I feel like Chandler, they're probably gonna, at this point, maybe the UFC might give him a younger guy, and that's typically what happens in this.
After his loss at UFC 314, Michael Chandler shared a deeply emotional post that struck a chord with fans. In the photo, he's holding his son's tiny hand with a powerful caption, "Never out of the fight." He added, "As long as I've got these heartbeats and hands to hold, I've already won." It was a reminder of what truly matters and why Chandler remains a fan favorite. So, if you're watching this, drop some love for him in the comments. This man is an incredible fighter and an even better person, brother. Nothing but respect. Wish you all the best. After reclaiming his featherweight title, Volkanovski opened up with some heartfelt words.
And to walk away with the strap, it's super remarkable.
Yeah.
Super outstanding.
A video recently surfaced online showing Diego Lopes' hometown crowd flooding the streets to watch his fight against Alexander Volkanovski, creating an electric atmosphere of pride and support. Meanwhile, Volkanovski's coach, Joe Lopez, weighed in on the featherweight title picture, stating that Movsar Evlov is the only fighter who truly deserves the next shot at the belt.
There's Movsar. What do you think, man? Like, are you excited about the potential of him being next? There are some fans out there that say, look, it's maybe not the most exciting fight, but he's done.
I'm a bit sad that I guess he's not a very, exciting, and he doesn't bring much to the table, but he's unbeaten and he's on a run. If anyone deserves a shot, it's actually him, but, it's up to the powers that be. We were supposed to get that shot with Ilya and they gave it to Max. So you just never know how or what the powers above us are going to tell us, who we've got to fight.
Khamzat Chimaev just sent the MMA world into a frenzy with 2 simple words. Good news. That's all he posted. No opponent, no date, no details, but for fans who've been anxiously waiting for an update, it was enough to spark major buzz. Coming from Chimaev, a cryptic tease like this usually means something big is brewing, behind the scenes. It's been a while since we last saw him in the octagon, with injuries, visa issues, and behind-the-scenes complications keeping him sidelined. But now, it looks like some real movement is finally happening. The big question, who's he fighting? Could it be middleweight champ Dricus du Plessis? Or has the UFC lined up another surprise? Whatever it is, if this fight gets announced, it could shake up the entire division. If you're hyped for what's next, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.